As I sat and thought about it, I really didn't go into too much depth on my recap today. I was really tired, exceptionally tired. I'm awake-ish now. Gonna go get the girls. It is obviously my weekend, and they wanted Rocky to come along. Yeah, and I wanted to go a little bit more into depth on some of the things that we kind of talked about. A lot of things that's been kind of happening at work has been pretty prevalent in my majority of life. Sadly enough, it always feels like nothing I do is ever good enough. Like, I work my butt off. I barely take any breaks. Like, I get like maybe 15, 20 minutes of breaks for the entire day, for an entire 12-hour shift, mind you. And, they know that. Like my boss knows that specifically. But it's like, it doesn't matter. And it becomes really this overwhelming stigma throughout my entire life. And we kind of go back and forth, me and the therapist, about just how do I deal. He said at one point in time that he was kind of amazed at all the things I've dealt with in my life and how I'm still managed to be me. Because yeah, it's not been easy, like, at all. And that's kind of the reason why I've opted to change in a lot of ways. I don't want to be the nice guy anymore. I don't want to be the guy that likes to go above and beyond for nothing. I don't want to be the guy that tries to show people that, I don't know, what they're worth, and just stand there waiting for it. Pulling back from social media has helped in a long ways, but also kind of made me realize that in a sea of people, you're kind of alone. Some days lately I feel like I'm in a movie theater, and the movie that's playing is my life, but there's nobody else around. And some days I'm heartbroken. Others I find solace in the silence. And it's hard to differentiate the two most days. We talked about, like, my mentality has always been, do more to try to get some sort of recognition, some sort of appreciation, and never really getting it. That's just, how I've been. We've talked, pretty much at length, not just me and him, but me and you, about how growing up, I was always searching for some sort of attention, some sort of recognition, hey, I'm here too. And it never really panned out the way that I really wanted it to. And as life has gone on, it's kind of continued that way. And the worst part is, I think it's when I get to a point where I finally had enough, and then it's kind of my fault. And I don't know how I take that. I don't know how it goes from, hey, this is me, I'm doing my best, is this okay, to why won't you just acknowledge me? But I don't know how to change that. And we talked about it. He asked me specifically, like, everything that's going on at work right now, which has been pretty messed up. I shouldn't have to deal with this crap at all. Like, how do I take it? Like, how do I deal with it? What are my steps? And I tell him I have absolutely no steps. It weighs on me pretty continuously. You know? He said, he hopes that between now and the next time we visit, that something will go right. And I told him, like, don't do that. Don't jinx me like that. Don't try to say that something's going to go right and just my entire life fall apart even more. I made the joke about me being connected to Murphy's Law in some way, shape, or form. But, taking consideration, that's kind of true. It's hard to put into words that the massive amount of stress that I deal with on a day-to-day basis because of work and home and just random people and the longing that I have just to be, you know, I don't know, wanted and loved with, you know, no sort of backdrop. Yeah, some days are better than others. But recently, most days I'm just laying there in the dark, staring up at my ceiling. Trying to figure out when it will all end. You know, I can't even get my teeth finished up because I already maxed out my insurance. And that hit me hard. I cried, like, absolutely tears of just disappointment. And a lot of you probably wouldn't think, you know, like, why are you doing that? Why are you crying over, you know, something that you just continue next year? You know, it's just a long line of silhouetted goals that I had made for myself that, again, I can't complete. And it's just one more rung on the staircase of my life. I was able to get over it. I knew something like that would happen. I'd saved up money and stuff just in case something like that specifically happened. But it did. It hit me really hard. And I don't know if there was anybody that I could really, like, talk to about it, where they would fully understand my feelings. I wanted change. I mean, obviously, look at the hair. I wanted just something different, something better. I wanted to work hard for it and get it, but I'm still kind of where I'm at. And he's not being very helpful either. He's an amazing dog, except for when he wants to jump the fence. So now I got to buy a brand new fence and put it up, because I tried to get somebody out to give me an estimate, and their estimate was $7,000 to put up a fence. Yeehaw. But I don't know what direction I'm going in my life. I don't know if this is what I should be doing. I don't know whether I should wake up in the morning or just skip town.